Hi, I'm Blake Alma, a 16-year-old radio host, outdoor writer, editor, and author. It is my goal to introduce my generation to the wonders and the skills in the outdoors. It is a God-given courtesy for us to go outside and enjoy hunting, fishing, trapping, hiking, and camping. And at my young age, I want to teach others how to educate my generation to get off their cell phones and go into the great outdoors and enjoy what God has made for us. The outdoors provides greater satisfaction than anything that mankind has made. I simply go outside to live. So let's get everyone back outside so that they may get that awesome outdoor experience. This is the Outdoor Experience. I'm your show's host, Blake Alma, and we are out here in Arkansas today. And this is my third year coming to SEMO's men's outdoor event. It is an awesome event. And so when I booked this trip, I had no idea that Jeff Danker was going to be here. And then when I went online to go figure out what I'm supposed to bring for the trip, it said Sportsman's Channel, Jeff Danker's going to be here. I'm like, say what? And for the guys who know, if you guys listen to my radio program, I've had Daniel McVeigh with BuckVentures on the show. So I thought it'd be really cool to talk to Jeff today and ask him some questions about the outdoors. So Jeff, why don't you introduce yourself and talk about some of the things you guys do over at BuckVentures?
Well, Jeff Danker, and like Blake said, I've been doing outdoor television now since 2003. We have a show called BuckVentures, The Woodsman. It's on the Sportsman's Channel, and mainly, Blake, we're we love to hunt. We bow hunt, we muzzleload hunt, we gun hunt, whatever. But a lot of whitetail, a lot of mule deer. Been shooting some elk, and we're going to do the same this year. I mean, go down that same line of just chasing that big game.
Yeah, so you guys have been doing this for a while. You've seen the outdoor industry kind of change with filming, and it's quite a big industry now. There's over 300 shows.
Yeah, is that right? I didn't even know. I did know. I know this. The one thing I would say about outdoor television is it has grown. I mean, when I was young and growing up, there was a few shows. I think we watched it back on TNN or it was just weird. There was just not a whole lot. And now it is flooded with the market. And it's something that I think TV is actually even going now to do a lot of what you do is on the internet. And but the big thing is we all love it. I've been making a living off outdoor television since 2003, so only thing I can say on that is God's just blessed me.
Absolutely. So tell us about your show and some of the things that you guys do on there. I know you guys do a lot of mule deer and whitetail hunting, but do you have like a favorite experience that you've experienced on your 14 seasons of doing it? Wow.
Yeah, it's at least that. I can't even remember for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think for me overall now, Blake, I've learned to enjoy it all. I mean, probably my best thing is my girls. I got a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old. For them to love the outdoors like I do, and I was fortunate enough a year or so ago to take them to northwest Oklahoma to our ranch, and they both harvest a pope and young deer with their crossbows. That was just to see the look in their face and to do that. That's probably my favorite experience. And the other is with us is, we do it ourselves. We're hunting our own ground, and that's what we love. We don't love just that kill. We love that game of hanging those sets and everything that we do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about that outdoor experience, and you always hear it on outdoor television, take a kid outdoors, and that's really the future of the outdoors.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's, somewhere along the line, I think dads weren't doing that very much. They're not taking, and so I saw hunting, the hunting kind of go down a little bit. I think it's stabilized somewhat now, but that's what it is. I mean, a guy does need to get his kids into the outdoors and at least introduce them and let them have that choice. I mean, to me, the outdoors, sitting out here this morning, God's everywhere. Yeah. And to get a kid outdoors and, maybe pull him away from a video game, there's sure nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. In this 21st century of ours, people that are my age, my siblings, I have 7 younger siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they all like video games more than they'll probably ever like the outdoors. None of them are really into that outdoor experience like I am, but they don't dislike it either. Well, there's one that does. He's like, mosquito.
Yeah.
But he she doesn't mind going to go catch a fish. Everybody has that God-given courtesy to want to go outside and want to do something. It may be a little too late to get a teenager out there, but when they're a kid, you take them outdoors, cast your line in, catch fish, they're going to like it.
Well, I mean, heck, you know, it's there are differences. I mean, my girls are different, but, you know, at least, you know, and a lot of people out there, adults, you know, if they would give themselves that chance to fall in love, and like I said, maybe it's not killing something, maybe it's just outside hiking, whatever, but I mean, my favorite quiet times are sitting out on a dock like this and looking up and seeing just God everywhere and being that close. I mean, I have the privilege of being in a tree stand about 3 months a year.
No way.
And 22 foot up in the air. And so I get to spend a lot of time with God right out there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. You bring your Bible up there, get Camel Bible, and you read the Bible and hunt at the same time.
Well, you know, in all seriousness, I did.
Yeah,
that's all I ever did was, but, you know, nowadays, you go to the tree stand, you leave the Bible behind because you got it on your phone, obviously.
Yeah.
So times have changed in that way, so we don't have to be up there, you know, making noise with the pages blowing around. But yeah, I mean, it's the outdoors is hard to beat.
Yeah, it's very hard to beat, and I can't get enough of it, man. Can't never get enough of it.
I hear, I see the look in your face.
We've been fishing, and
he's caught more fish than me.
I'm at 2. He's at
0.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he rigged my bait.
Yeah, I put deer scent on it, actually. Deeter than and Epsom salt. But you guys know I had Daniel on the show, and so did Daniel jump on board with BuckVentures, or has he been there since the beginning, like you have?
You know, BuckVentures, I started BuckVentures back in 2003. I think BuckVentures about in 2005, I was on an elk hunt in New Mexico, and Daniel is where I met him at this elk hunt. He was guiding, and, you know, Daniel was really a different guy than he is today, and man, he wanted to somehow get in the outdoor industry. He was from West Virginia. He was living in Illinois, I believe, and so anyway, I just said, listen, you know, this is all about God. It's based on 2 Corinthians 5:7, walk by faith, not by sight. And so I told him, I said, you know, you probably have to change some stuff. And man, Daniel did. He changed a lot of things, and you know, really started seeking the Lord. And I've just watched Daniel grow into an unbelievable Christian. And so anyway, he went to work basically as a pro staff guy for us.
Yeah.
And then over time, you know, he was kind of in between jobs, and we started praying about him, you know, moving to Oklahoma to really help. And so we prayed about it, and God just felt like he was calling him there. And so he moved to Oklahoma about 5 years ago, and he's been with me full time ever since.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was wondering the story behind that. And it's crazy how the outdoors motivates people, man. I'm telling you what. And the Bible says in Job 37:14, hearken to this, O Job, stand still and consider the wondrous works of God. And the context of that, you know, Job went through just about everything you can imagine. And Elihu told Job, get past yourself. Think about all the awesome things that God has done and all of his wondrous works, which obviously is creation. We're in the Ozark Mountains, and I can say, you guys can see this cool view, that the outdoors was given so that we may be without excuse. And it says that Romans 1:20, which is my all-time favorite Bible verse. And even though the outdoors is a place of fun, you can have all kinds of fun, whether you hunt, fish, trap, hike, camp, whatever it might be. The outdoors was ultimately given to prove God's glory and his power.
Yeah.
And when I see a tree, I see a creator. So why? Because when I see an invention, I see an inventor. When I see a bunch of buildings like we have up here, I see a builder. And so it's kind of obvious when I see the creation, I see a creator. It's kind of obvious, you know. And it's one of those things that you get out in the woods and you got to think. You think a lot better. Albert Einstein once said, go deep into nature and you'll find everything much easier to understand. I couldn't agree more, man. I could tell you that. It's so... God's really blessed us with the outdoors, and not only is it a place for us to realize his glory and majesty, it's a place for us to understand his love, because even though we transgressed against him, he let us keep the outdoors, enjoy the benefits therein. And
Blake, you know what? I just found something. I think he's getting called to preach.
Well, I'll tell you this quick story. When I was 12, I felt like I had that burden. And that's actually not a burden when I think about it. I had that passion to do so. But I really think it was me working through the outdoor industry. As I look at it now, I'm like, it's me doing outdoor ministry through the outdoors. That's what I'm convinced and stuff. And so it's just so evident that God is real, and it drives me bonkers for people to say no, he's not real. And the fact is, I don't think people don't think he's not real.
No,
I think something happened in their life, and they're like, I'm going to deny it because I've had a gun up to my face. I believe with all my heart, soul, and mind that gun wasn't there. Is that gun still there? Yeah. By the time the trigger's pulled, game over. No matter what I believed in. And so, it's one of those things that bug me. And if you get somebody outdoors, you get atheists outdoors, I think they kind of open up and be like, there probably is a God.
I think the deal is, you saying, man, it drives you crazy, and this and that does mean the same thing. But here's the deal. I mean, in reality, we are to just plant the seed.
Yeah.
God, he's the one that gives the increase. I mean, and that's what we got to remember. I mean, we got to love everyone, and we be that example and that witness, and plant that seed. And God, he is a sovereign God, and he. I think everyone has that chance to accept Christ.
Absolutely.
And if you deny him, that's the choice. I mean, you're making a choice one way or the other.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter, Blake, is there'll come a time where there won't be any choices left. I mean, you've made your choice, and you've either accepted Christ or not. And there's two places you'll be, and that's heaven or hell.
Yeah. I wish people would get a hold of God. But anyway, man, I just thought to say this. I just noticed this yesterday because you said something. Take off your glasses there.
Oh.
If you see, the logo here has a fish in it, and it's a buck at the same time. I have never noticed that. I've known about the show for probably a year and a half now, and so I've never noticed that. And so I thought it was the coolest thing. So I had to say that. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people don't see the fish. It's been like that since the start.
Yeah, I've looked over it, and I look at it, I'm like, oh man, that's a cool logo. And so, where can people go and watch your show? I know it's on Sportsman, but what's the time frame?
So Dish is $3.95, DirecTV $6.05. It's on cable, it's on My Outdoor TV, and our big night is Wednesday nights at I think it's 8:30 Central, and then it re-airs again that night at 11:30 Central. So Wednesday night's the night I know we air 4 times a week, but I don't even know the other time.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you my other times either with my shows. Monday prime times 10 p.m. on Hunt Channel. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I think it's on Thursday too or something like that. Anyway, man, thanks for coming on the show, man. I really do appreciate it.
It's nice meeting you here. I look forward to spending the rest of the week. We're fixing to go shoot some archery.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna beat you.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you guys for watching The Outdoor Experience.